Okay, it is not Friday, but it's time for Who the Heck Are We for this week. And wow, very exciting. I think this is
Mhm.
our first Pinoy footballer this year on Who the Heck Are We.
Yes, that's
So
right. That's
there is
right.
no better way to start it with none other than our distinguished guest in Kevin Ingreso, of course, of the Philippine Azkals, and now recently with Samut Prakan City FC.
Samut
So,
Cup.
wala nang drum roll, no? Let's just bring in our guest.
Woohoo!
Hey,
There he
Kevin.
is.
Hello.
Wow, there's
Thanks for
so
having me,
much.
guys.
Yeah, wow. Thank you so much for the time too. You're so busy. Family, work, a lot to talk about. But how's life been treating you as of late?
Life has been good. I'm here in Thailand with my family. Like you said, playing for Samut Prakan. Having football here, good football. Having my family here is the most important. We're all healthy and we're all good.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think we saw you a lot with Ceres, right, in the Philippines, and then you made the jump to Thailand. Do you mind telling us like about that journey? I mean, it was wow for us because that was the next step in your career. So it was somewhat expected, but we're excited by it. Yeah, how can you tell us about that move?
Like I said, I was playing for Ceres, and we had a strong team back then. I think we won everything in 2017, 16, 17, 18. Those years, I think we had a great run. We had a good coach. We had a very good team. Um, but after that, I felt like for myself, I can try and go the next step, try another country, maybe a country that is a bit further than Philippines in football, and yeah, it worked out that I got an offer from Buriram back then, Buriram United in Thailand, and everybody knows it's a huge club with a lot of history already. So I took that offer. I made that step, and tried to prove myself here in Thailand.
And yeah, you seem like a wanted man in a good way. Clubs are getting you. You transferred for good reasons. If we
Yeah.
may ask now, were there other ASEAN countries or Asian countries you considered? Like another Kevin
Mm,
Mendoza went to Malaysia. Yeah, just for
yeah,
example. Manny Ott
yeah,
in Malaysia
yeah,
too.
yeah. And I mean, Malaysia is very good as well. I also had offers from Malaysia. Several clubs asked me if I would like to join them. I had contracts ready just to sign and to go. But I know what I have here in Thailand as well. The Thai football is it's a very high standard. All the teams are very, very strong and so very competitive. The league itself is very competitive. It's very well organized as well. So I didn't see, as long as I don't see any reason to move unless you know it's a crazy offer or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But but as of now, my family and I, we're very happy here in Thailand. So I hope, or I can stay as long as as long as I can.
Yeah, and so it's Buriram, a big club right away. How's that overall experience for you? I mean, there was a time where you were playing games and they didn't renew your contract, and then I think you were on a hot streak, and then you
Yeah,
got it. So how was that with
it,
Buriram?
yeah, it was a crazy story because actually when I moved to Buriram, I signed for 6 months. They
Okay.
they were like, okay, we want to see you. It's like the first time going there, and we just want to try you out, kind of like that, for 6 months. And at the beginning, the coaches, I think the coaches there didn't even know me, so I just tried to show myself in training. Even though we had a good run with Ceres and all the stuff, they weren't really looking at the UFL or PFL back then or something like that. So I signed for 6 months, and I did not play much of games, to be honest. But when I played, or there was one game that I played and I scored a goal. Uh, but the next game, I found myself back on the bench, not playing, and I knew from my agent then that the club told my agent, okay, it might be time to look for another club. So I respected that, and I said, it's fine, it's no problem, I will move on. But then again, there was that one game that it was the last game of the first leg that, where I saw on the board that I'm gonna play. 'Cause, obviously I wasn't expecting that I'm gonna play because they were gonna release me. So, but then I started the game. I scored 1-0, assisted to I think the 3-0, and got man of the match. And the next day, I got a new contract from Buriram United. So football is like that, It's like in one game, everything can change, and that's how I ended up actually staying in Buriram.
And then BG Pathum came calling. They're arguably a bigger club or a club as big. How is that? Hey, you played Champions League too. We were talking about it off air, and we were wowed
Yes,
again because you're playing as a foreigner in for a Thai league team. So not you weren't listed as an ASEAN player. You're taking up that one Asian spot. So
yeah,
how was that
yeah,
experience? And then you played against Kaya FC overseas.
yeah,
It,
yeah.
it's not strange, but it's a little bit, you went full circle playing against them in the Champions League from playing against them in
Mm-hmm.
the PFL. So
Mm-hmm.
how was that for you?
Like I said, it was kind of strange for me, because I used to play against them, many times in the Philippines, um, and then seeing them again, like all the guys, obviously I know, seeing them again here in Thailand, in the ACL, in the Champions League, in the Asian Champions League, and it's amazing. And then I was excited to see how all the guys have developed. Of course, obviously I know all of them, and they know me as well. So it was very exciting to see how they develop in their style of football. So, and in general, playing the Asian Champions League, it's huge. It's I before that I haven't played in the Asian Champions League.
Right.
Only in the qualification rounds with Ceres back then, but in the actual group stage I haven't. So this was the first time, and like I said before, this was the you know that was something that I had to take when BG said, "Okay, join us, and we will play Champions League." And I was like, "Let's go! Let's do it."
And then you just had to do your thing, Like, okay,
Uh,
score, get a new contract. Now, okay, do my thing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
pretty much it's Azkals. I think we can get to that later,
Yeah.
Claudia? Or you can go ahead.
Yeah. I normally ask Kev, of course you're not really, you were born here in the Philippines. You were born overseas. How did you actually, or who influenced you to play football?
boy, it's a difficult question. I think I was just a little boy, like everybody else, like having a football at home. I have two older brothers as well, so they were playing football, and
Mhm.
and when I grew up, I just joined them outside to play football, and I just started to really have passion for the game, and started to love it. So I played every single day. So this was just it, and I just loved it. So I had to continue.
Did you get to beat your brothers? In the-
you know, actually, like when I was young, I was, how to say, like very high tempered. Like I hated to lose. I really wanted to win every single time. It doesn't. My brother is like 5 years and 3 years older than me, but it didn't really matter to me. I wanted to win no matter what. So I gave everything. I fought with them. I fought with other guys. So I was yeah, I was ready to give everything just to win. So
that's good. Win at all costs, right?
Win at
yes,
all costs.
Yeah.
So
yes,
you're the youngest brother out of three, am I right?
yes. That's right. That's right.
Okay.
My parents are divorced, so my father
Mhm,
has a new wife, and I have three half brothers from my father's side as well.
mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And did
yeah.
they play football or did they play a different sport?
They do play football, but they're still young, so they're not on professional level yet.
Not yet.
Mhm.
But I
Okay.
hope they will get there soon.
Yeah.
Then
So
why don't they follow Kuya, right,
yeah, they
Claudia?
might follow their kuya.
Yeah.
There was no other sport that your father introduced you to?
No, not really. He was always playing basketball actually,
Mhm.
but
Very Pinoy, right?
Yeah, it's very
very Pinoy,
Pinoy.
right? Very
Yeah.
Pinoy. So we were playing. It's a court like a with fences around,
Yeah.
and there's a basketball court, but at the same time a football field as well. So we were playing football, and he was just shooting hoops and stuff. So
Uh, no interest to play basketball. No interest.
not really, not really.
All right. Well, after all, you're growing up in Germany, of course. I mean, football is
Yes,
the religion there, as we all
Yeah.
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Who was your
So
team that you were following
Yeah, growing up.
growing up?
when I was young, I'd like I don't know, I'd like to just look at players. Actually, I never really had like one favorite team.
Mhm.
They were just there was a time like I like Thierry Henry, like totally different position as I'm playing now. But I was just a young kid, and I was like, oh, he scores nice goal. I want to be like him. Or
Yeah.
now then it's gonna be like, oh, Andres Iniesta, oh, unbelievable midfielder. Oh, I like him. Or back in the days, Fabregas when he was playing for Arsenal,
Oh, Sekfa. Yes.
Cesc Fabregas. So I really loved that back then as well. So it was not a team specifically, but players.
So you
More on
mentioned
players.
two players that played in Arsenal, which is Thierry Henry and Cesc Fabregas. Were you an Arsenal fan? Did you follow
Mm,
them?
Not really, but when I was playing for the German national team under 15, right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I had one game for the under 15, and after that game, Arsenal, the youth academy, they approached me and they asked me to join them.
Wow.
When I was 15, but I don't know, I was scared or whatever it was, but I declined it. I said no, I'm good at my club. They look very highly at me. I'm 15 but playing with the 17-year-old. So I was under 15 but I'm playing with the under 17s because they thought I can manage and I'm good enough to make play with the older guys. So everything was actually going well. So I declined that offer also.
From Arsenal, the reason why I
Yeah.
asked is because I am a big time Arsenal fan. Like I love
Oh,
Arsenal.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Thierry Sol Campbell. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Dennis Bergkamp.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
love him. Yeah, he's one of my favorite players ever. And I mean, so it's funny. So Arsenal actually approached you, the youth Arsenal
Yes,
Youth Club. Wow,
yeah, yeah.
how was that when of course, you said you were scared and all that, but thinking back,
Oh, if I think now, I would, I would have to do it, but no, the time has passed. The chance is gone, and maybe it would have been a different story or whatever, but or maybe not. But
yeah.
yeah,
So did you
never.
start? Yeah, did you start playing midfield, or what position do you normally play now?
Um, when I was under 15s, I played as a left wing. I was a bit
Okay,
faster back then, and but then when I went up to the under 17s, I started playing in center midfield
center
only.
midfield. Okay,
Yeah, and
right.
ever since I've been playing on that position.
So they were spotting that technical ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
But about the youth
I
teams,
guess,
like
and
in most, yeah, go ahead.
no, I was no worries.
Oh, okay, cool. So the time, like, Arsenal, other teams were perhaps approaching you. You were with, like, is that Hamburger or Hamburg? Your youth team back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, it's called Hamburger SV in German, so it's Hamburg Sports Club like that. Um, I was playing there since it was the under 15 season. I started playing there, and I moved up to the first team. I think when I was with 18, I signed the professional contract for the first team. So I got a
Mhm.
2-year contract, but I never got to play. So I was in training with the first team with the likes of Heung-min Son
Yeah,
or
right.
other big players. So I was actually there. I was playing, but I never got the chance to actually play. I was just there in training every time, trying to show myself to the coach that he's listing me for the game, but it never happened. So yeah, this was it, and I moved to a lower division after that because I just needed to play. I needed to play more football, and I ended up in the lower division in Germany, and I got kind of like stuck there. And after that, it was moving to the Philippines, this service.
Moving from the Philippines, playing for the national team. We were
Yeah.
excited for that when we heard, oh, there's this guy, Kevin Ingreso, who's locking into the Philippines and all that. I just want to ask real quick, how was it being in the same team with Son Heung-min? Because when you
Oh,
posted your picture,
yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's
Mm.
that's Kevin Ingreso and Son Heung-min.
Mm. That's also a crazy, unbelievable story because he joined us in Hamburg, I think for the under 17s, and he just got a year contract, or I think it was just a year contract, because he came from South Korea, didn't speak any German, didn't speak any English, so he came to Germany to my club, and it was so hard for him. Like he couldn't adjust to anything, like to the language, to the food, or whatever it is. He couldn't adjust. So what happened then is he couldn't perform. He was not starting. He was not really like as he is now. He was not that good. He was just a normal player. And of course, if you bring somebody in from South Korea as a project in Germany, you expect the pressure is a bit higher. You expect him to
Yeah.
to boost up everything. Like, okay, he's gonna destroy everyone. But it was not the case back then. And the story was that he was about to get released, you know, and he was already on tryouts and other clubs. Um, but then he ended up getting another year contract with my club in Hamburg, and that was when we were moving to the under 90s, 19s, and I remember it was he was and that season he was like scoring so many goals, like he was so good. Like I don't know what happened, but he got so good. And when he made, then the under 23 coach said, okay, he's too good for under 19s, come up to the under 23s. So he went up, played two, 3 games, scored 5, 6 goals, and and the head coach from the
Wow.
first team, yeah, and the head coach from the first team, they had a friendly match against Chelsea in Hamburg, and it was just a friendly match, right? So
Yeah.
the coach said, okay, we need to fill up the bench with some young players. So he said to Herman Son, okay, you sit on the bench. He was sitting on the bench until I'm not lying, it was 92nd minute, or like about to be finished the game, right?
Yeah.
And I remember it was in the newspapers in Germany. They were saying, like, the coach said to Son, okay, let's bring him on. He can't do anything wrong now if the game is about to
Hmm.
finish. So he came on. He got the ball on the right side. He took out John Terry. You guys all know
John
John Terry, right?
Terry?
He
John
took him
Terry?
out. Yeah, John Terry,
Oh
unbelievable.
my
He took him
goodness.
out. So he made a fake. He went inside, took a shot, goal, 2-0
Oh
for
my
Hamburg against Chelsea.
god.
And after that, the rest is history. This was it, and
And then
and then
that's
he was there,
yeah, that's what
The
we all see now.
legendary John
and and
Terry. Oh my
and the
gosh.
the rest is what everybody knows. But
Yeah. So
the
you
story
were
behind it is
yeah.
the
It's
story
crazy,
behind is
man.
that he was about to get released and looking for another club.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like Kevin Ingreso. We're gonna release you. Oh no, no, let me score a goal first, okay?
Yeah, kind of like.
So, yeah. So you were on the team sheet with Son that game where he did that stuff with Chelsea against
No,
Chelsea. I
no,
mean,
no, no. I was not. I was not. But I read that in the newspaper. I saw the game. Obviously,
oh,
I
okay, I
watched the
got you.
game, but I was not on the
Understood.
team sheet. Yeah.
Okay, but will you guys ever get to train together? I think. Did you pull up any sliding tackles on him or something like that?
Nah, not really. Not really.
Not really. Yeah, because right, the Philippines we played against South Korea, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
But are you guys in touch or something? Like, hey man, we're playing against you. Anything like that?
No,
Any
no,
trash talk? No.
no, 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 no.
As
Not
a
at not at
complete
all. Actually,
professional.
because actually, just in general, also I'm not in contact with him or anything.
Uh huh.
People might think, oh, I still have contact with him, but no, it's not because we were just kids when we actually met. We played 2 years
Right.
together.
Mm.
But just how it is. Sometimes he goes his way, I go my way, and you lose contact.
Right. Right. I got you right there. Just the world of football, of course, there's a
Yeah,
lot of movement as we understand. That's how it works.
yeah,
What
yeah.
about you? You you know, locking on with the Philippines? Because when there's the news, oh, there's Kevin Ingreso, he's locked on to play for the Philippines, but you're still in Germany. Could you tell us about that story? We could say there was a fruitful wait for you to come over to the
Yeah,
national
yeah,
team.
yeah. That's true. That's true. I remember I was still, like I said, playing in Germany in the lower division, and I got a call from Tom Dooley back then.
Right.
So yeah, Dooley called me and he said, "Yeah, listen, I'm the national team coach of the Philippines, and I heard and I know you have Filipino blood. So
Hmm.
would you be in any interest to play for the Philippines?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, you know." And then he said, "Okay, listen, I'm in Germany right now. I know you have a game on Saturday. I will go there. I will watch your game, and I will see if you good enough to play for the national team." So obviously, I was okay. I gotta prepare for that game. You know, I gotta have to play good.
Got you. Yeah.
All the pressure, all the pressure.
Yeah. I think I was how old was I back then? 20, I think, or 21.
Hmm.
Oh wow,
Um,
young. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, he watched the game, and right after he was just waiting for me to shower and finish up everything, and he talked to me and he said, "Yeah, I saw your game and you're very good, and I would like to invite you for the World Cup qualifiers 2015, I believe it
Yes.
was." And yeah, I got the call up letter and I flew to the Philippines to join.
So that was another contract game. Dooley telling you, "Oh, hey, I'm coming,"
Yes,
and
yes,
you telling
actually,
us,
I'm very grateful for that because without
Yeah.
him, I think I would not end up in Ceres or then making the next step to Thailand or where I am right now. So
Where you are. Yeah. Clara, I
right?
have a question.
Go ahead.
Did you visit the Philippines before being called up? Were you
uh,
visiting?
just just as a little boy, I think I was 4 or 5 years old with my family.
Yep.
But like I told you before, I think my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
So, and I ended up staying with my German mom.
Okay.
So, the contact to the Philippines was not that strong.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So that call up to play for the Philippines was something big and new for you.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Well, I'm glad that you took the call and you took the challenge.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
why you're here.
That's why you're here.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
but
call up.
no need to ask who the heck is Kevin Ingreso already, guys. So come on,
Yeah,
he's already guesting in our show. We're having our kwentuhan. But you first coming to the Philippines, did it match your expectations? That okay, Philippines isn't as up there in football with the likes of China, let's say Japan, South Korea. So were there any culture shock moments? Or were you like, okay, I'm loving this. It's a new chance to prove myself, to play in a new place.
No, not a culture shock or anything. I had no expectations. I came there as a young boy. I was like, have a look at it, how everything is, how everything goes. I know I can play good football, so I was not afraid of anything about like sports wise. But um, I don't know, like a culture shock. Nah, I don't recall that like that.
None of that. It's just let's go,
None
let's
of that.
ball, do your thing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
How we asked this to pretty much all our football guests adjusting to the game.
yeah.
Yeah, you grew up in Germany, so of course you had that. Let's say you had that German education in football.
Mhm.
But how's the adjustment to the Philippines? Is it different for you?
It was different. Yes, I believe it's still different. Like obviously it's a different youth academy that kids have nowadays in Germany or like I had or some other guys also from our national team. Um, I believe it's still different now, and it will still be different for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I was like I said, I was lucky enough to have or had a good team with Ceres in the Philippines, a strong team, many European based players or guys like me who were growing up abroad and not in the Philippines, so they had a different football education as well. So that particularly in our club, I couldn't tell. So it was just it was very good for me. We had all together lots of fun, so it was very nice.
Yeah, this is with the Ceres guys already. You mean? Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like you guys are having fun together. Hence team chemistry. How about like, did you have to change your style of play? Like, oh,
Yeah.
what I'm doing in Germany is not working in the Philippines. Did you have to change
I
it up?
I had to a little bit. I had to. Asian football, I would say, is mm, not as controlled as in Germany. You know,
Mm.
Mhm.
sometimes it's like up and down, nonstop. You know, attacking, nonstop defending,
Right.
without having any control of the game.
Mhm.
But then again, uh, we had a great coach in the Philippines as well with Risto Vidakovic. So
Yeah.
he controlled that with our team, but obviously our opponents we can control, and that's what they wanted, or that's what Asian teams like to do. Also here in Thailand, some teams they still do it like just up and down, playing, you know, attacking, defending nonstop without having
Yeah.
any control of the game. So sometimes it's good for the fans to watch
That's
because it's
true.
always action.
Yes. Yeah.
But for the players, it's not that not the style in Europe. You know,
It's tiring for you guys, isn't it?
it is. So I had to learn that. I
Yeah.
learned it in the Philippines,
Yeah.
and I learned it pretty quick because you have to adjust and you see, oh, it goes like this. Okay, you have to get along with it, otherwise you will die. You know, you go down.
Yeah, man.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
God,
So
true.
yeah.
it is.
Yeah. No, I would. It's exactly about Germany and the Philippines because the Philippines is really there's a different kind of sport here, right? As the number one sport. So coming here, did you see how big that the game of basketball was to compared to was it was in football? Uh-oh.
Come again. Sorry, it was lagging a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
you
lag.
coming to the Philippines. Did you notice that they love we love basketball more than football? Was that something new to you?
Mm, I knew that. I knew that because
Mhm.
when I before I signed for Service, I was playing for the national team, and I noticed it before that already. And also, guys told me that football is not a big deal in the Philippines, but we want to make it big. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna come, they told me like if you're gonna come, and we will have a strong team, and we can make a point in the Philippines that football can be big as well. Not just with club level, but with the national team as well. We had a good team back then. We still have a good team, I believe, and we wanna make the next step and bring Philippines football big on the map in the Philippines.
Mhm.
That's true.
It's something that we really want to do as when we represent the Azkals. That's something we want to achieve.
Yeah, that's I think that's most of what the guests that we've had here is that they want to make help the Philippine football grow in the country.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yes.
do you what do you think it needs here?
Like, what steps do
Yeah,
you have
what
to take
steps
to
do we
carry
need to
on?
take? Yeah,
First of all, a proper league, I guess. I think we have 6 teams in the Philippines. I guess it is. It's not enough. We need a professional league first of all with enough teams. Not that we have to play, or like I had it before, 5 times against Kaya and 5 times against Global and 5 times against Stallions. So that's not a proper league. That's not gonna work like that. So we need organization. We need somebody behind who forms a proper league. And if you have a proper league, players will come and develop more as well, bring more Filipinos up to grow as well. And that's what we need. And yeah, that's for me the most important.
yeah,
Because I believe now there's no football at all at the moment, right? Because
yeah.
of
Because of
because of COVID
yeah,
or for
We're
whatever
still home.
reasons.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
We're
We're
still
still
home.
work from home. But
yeah.
there's been also a big growth in terms of the youth playing football here. Have you seen a trend from the time that you played until like today?
Mm, I haven't seen much of games from the Philippines since I moved to Thailand. Obviously, I have seen the Sarah's games, and but I can tell that when I played against Kaya in the Champions League,
Yeah.
just the season at the beginning of the season, I was pretty impressed. They were sharp, they were good. They played good football, they were fighting, and they developed a lot, and everything. It was very good to see. And also Kaya, like over the whole tournament, uh, they grew. They grew as a team. They I think they grew as individual players, and you could see it on every single game they had. They were like head to head against the Korean team, and I think the second game they played against us, we only also won 1-0. It was very tough. We scored, I think, at the 86th minute. So from there on, you can tell, okay, football is getting somewhere also in the Philippines. It's huge.
Yeah, we were pretty sad, I think, when you guys scored against Kaya. But we're
Yeah.
like, oh, if Ingreso scored, I think it would have been completely fine. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I got it.
because of that experience they had playing against, top teams like BG. Kaya was a different animal, in the Copa, and that's why they're deserving to make it to the finals and take home the trophy. But before we get to our break, Kevin, we were saying you knew that the Philippines is like growing in terms of football. And do you feel that you have this big role of, somewhat promoting the game? How did you feel about that?
You mean like promoting the game in the Philippines?
Yeah, with you guys as like ambassadors.
Mm.
Or like an influencer.
Yeah, you
Mm.
can say
Yeah.
that.
You could say influencer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you play for the national team, that's one of the things that we really want to do. Like bring being a
That's
sort
right.
of influencer. Seeing or having kids just watch us our games with the Azkals on TV and say like, hey, I want to be like him. I want to play
Mhm,
for the Azkals, or let me get me. They ask their parents, get me a football. I want to train. I want to be like him. I can shoot like him, or I can run like him, or whatever
mhm.
it is. They that's that's what we want to do. I think it's not just me; it's many other players, if not all. That's our goal. Also, it's. I mean, we are not playing for the Ascot for any money or anything. It's just to really to represent the country, um, and like you said, like to I hopefully that we can influence other kids in the Philippines to say like, hey, I really want to play for the Ascots one day.
Mhm. So when they keep saying, I want to be like him, I want to play like him, they're
Yeah.
saying, I want to be like Kuya Kevin. Diba?
Yeah,
That's
for
what they're saying.
example,
Yeah,
if it's not me, then any other is fine too.
that's a
It's
lot of
just
guys,
that
right?
I hope they get there and they have that thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
For
there's a lot
sure
of
they will.
guys.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Kuya
Yeah.
Kevin. There's two Kuya
Mm.
Kevins. There's Kuya Manny, Shraki, Chiefy.
Mm.
You name them, right? So,
Yeah, there's many.
for
Yeah.
sure. But before we carry on, Kevin, we can just take a water break. So, we'll just have some messages from our partner. So, all right, guys, we want to remind you we're a member of the Globally Ballin Network. So do check them out for your original content right there on the screen. Head to globallyballin.com for more information or check them out on social media. And follow us, of course, don't forget, at WTHAW Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And then for your videos, of course, if you're not on Facebook or audio, you're catching us on YouTube. So again, you can catch it at Globally Ballin right there. And then if you're on the go, you can check us too on Spotify, along with our sister shows. Speaking for sister shows, we got Hang Time with Denise Dinsay. Jem Ferrer spoke about her unique volleyball bubble experience that
Is
they
there a
had
new episode
last year.
with
Oh
Noel?
yeah, I think it's with Noel. They just released it recently,
Yeah.
this
Yes, that's
morning or
right.
just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And then again, there, my titos, an eternity of basketball. They'll relook at the days of Philippine hoops from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then we got our loads of sponsors. I got a deep breath. It's a lot. Chops, they're in SM South Mall, Bikutan, you name them. And then you got New Era for your caps, Hinuluban Farms, our Fratelli, Judges, Cookie Chum. And then we got our Aqua Flasks from the Daily Ounce. Thanks for helping us stay hydrated. And again, Cuts Apparel. Sorry, I'm not in my uniform, but I'm in my cut shirt. Yeah. So, anyway, let's get back to the show. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we're talking about all that role models and things. Konting backtrack, or let's backtrack back a bit.
Kev, you know how to speak Tagalog? Marunong ko magsalita ng Tagalog?
No, I don't. I don't.
I'm sure.
Unfortunately,
But you understand. You understood what I said.
no, it's very difficult for me, because also at home, like I said, my wife is from the Philippines, but we speak
Yes.
English at home, so
Okay.
it's difficult.
Konti lang, konti.
Konti lang.
Okay, there you go.
Let's. I'm sure you know your basics. If you get what I'm saying, in the
Mm,
house,
that-
on the pitch.
the basics in the house, I know.
Okay.
But we better don't bring them up.
Right. I got your back. Don't worry about that. No. I'm sure that's something that unites all the Azkals together. Yeah. But anyway, I was wondering, you're just looking a bit at your Seres stint. I mean, could you tell us in your perspective how that whole thing went? Again, you guys had fun. Oh, we had fun watching you guys. Tell us about this whole experience of yours from your personal eyes.
I think it was, all in all, it was amazing. It was incredible, Like we were like a big family, Everyone got along with each other. We had a great boss with Boss Alawai, who took care of us like his own kids, It was unbelievable. We were in Bacolod. We had everything we needed. He gave us everything we needed. It was, all in all, it was unbelievable. Like I said, we were like brothers, and I think you could see it also when we were playing football.
Yeah, I think what is super evident is your midfield duo. You got Ingreso, and then you got Manny Ott, right?
Wow.
That's a. You don't say
Fast.
it's. Yeah, but these two guys are like, it's like this, If you get Kevin Ingreso, Manny Ott's also there. How did you develop this chemistry with Manny? Because Ceres is a loaded team. It could have been any else playing with Manny Ott center mid. It could have been anyone else playing with you. How did it end
Yeah.
up like that? You guys reading each other's minds, you could say, because of your chemistry.
Yeah, I think it's something you can train. It was just the two of us. If he made a run, or I knew where he wanted to get the ball, he knew exactly where I like to get the ball. So we were, without looking at each other, we knew, I know where he's gonna go, and he knew where I was gonna be. So it was just given to the both of us that it was just blind understanding. It was very good. On top of that, we had Bienve as a number, like a hanging striker.
Right.
Bienvenido Marañón, right? So he was on top of that, so it was just easy going, like we kept the ball moving without even looking at each other. So it was amazing,
So
Yeah. Go ahead, Clara.
Ingreso and Ott. And then what they did, they ended up putting you guys together in the Azkals too. So
I was
did you
just
have to
gonna say,
change?
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
have to change anything up? Like, hey, this isn't Coach Risto's team, so we have to do some things differently. But it's still you, it's still me. I'm talking about you and Manny Ott, of course.
Yeah, no, the both of us know how we attack together or defended together. We didn't have to change anything with that. It was just normal for us to play together, and we were both comfortable playing with each other. So I think that's the most important. So he was, even if he made a mistake, he knew I was gonna cover for him, and I know he's gonna be there for me as well. So it was just very, very easy playing with each other, I guess. So for him as well, and for me, obviously, it was just super easy.
Yeah, that's the best feeling, knowing that you can fix your buddy's mistake and then he can fix yours. That's really how
Yeah, yeah,
great
yeah.
tandems work alike, right?
Yeah, so it's
Claudia?
called trust. It's like the trust.
Trust.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Trust
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, that's important, to trust your teammate. Like if Money is asking for the ball, I'm gonna give it to him because he's not gonna ask if he doesn't have any idea, and even if he's marked or he has a man on his back, I just give him the ball because he's asking for it and he has an idea. just like I do in the Azkals with Rocky or with whoever. If he's asking for the ball, he has an idea in his head, so I give him the ball. Even though he's marked, I know he can do something because he's asking for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be asking, right? So sometimes, you know, in football, players think, he's asking for the ball, but he's marked. So what? But he's still asking for the ball, so he has some idea in his head. So and something will turn up. So I just give him the ball. You know, that's how I think sometimes. You know,
That's what you
Wow.
call a team
Yeah.
player. And
Yeah.
then Manny Ott will shoot outside of the box.
and he will show the
He's
field goal.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's why Kevin, you're saying, oh, he's smart, but he's asking for the ball. Okay, I'll give it to him, and then
Yeah,
he'll do his thing. Of course, we spoke about his
exactly.
goals from outside of the box. Yeah, Claudia.
Yes. Oh, so Kev, you're currently now in Bangkok. So tell us more about your life there. Who are you playing? Which team are you playing for now?
I'm playing for Samut Prakan City FC. We are currently, you know, at the bottom of the table, more fighting relegation. But I believe our team is, you know, playing football-wise very good, very strong. We have good players. I'm there on loan for, as of now, 6 months. We will see how this goes after the end of the season. I have played just one game for now because the second game of the second leg got postponed because of COVID against Bangkok United. But we will play on Saturday against a team that's called Polistero. So this is going to be my second league game
Ah,
for
yes,
Samut Prakan.
Polistero. Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
And then playing in the Thai league. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
I was gonna
course.
say.
Yeah, Claudia.
No, Kev, I could see that you have a tattoo. That's a tattoo on your
Oh,
thigh.
Claudia's
Yeah,
favorite
I love,
topic
I
is
love
tattoo
tattoo
time.
time. So what's that design?
those are actually the initials of my brother. E
Oh,
for my brother Enrico, and the B for my mom. Her name is Britta. It's a German name. So that's basically it. I have that tattoo on my left leg because I'm left-footed, obviously.
okay, wow. And then you only have one tattoo, yeah?
I have the name of my wife on my ring finger. I don't
Let's
know
put
if
it
you
right
can see it.
here.
It's kind of
Yeah,
hard to
zoom it
see
in.
it.
There we
There
go.
you
We
go.
see it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But this is it. Just two. One
Wow,
big,
just
one
just
two.
small.
One big one.
yeah.
No,
So
you're not gonna get
welcome.
anything else. You're not gonna get anything else.
Nothing planned as of now.
Nothing planned. Welcome to our tattoo segment. Claudia takes part of the tattoo part.
Yeah,
The
because
tattoo
because
segment.
oh, is that your kid
Hmm.
looking? Oh,
You
say
wanna say
hello.
hello? Huh?
Yeah, it's cool. Hello.
Hi. What's your name? What's your
You
name?
wanna see my cat too?
Oh yeah.
Eh,
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
What's the name of your cat? Oh, there it is.
Butter.
Oh, there.
Butter.
Oh, there
Okay.
you
Yeah,
go. What kind
So
of
we
cat?
she's a munchkin.
A
Munchkin.
munchkin.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh,
short leg
wow.
munchkin.
I think that's the first cat we've had on air on Who the Heck. It's
Yeah,
been dogs, but
been dogs. A lot
yeah,
of
we've been
dogs.
changing it up. Yeah. So Claudia's been
Yeah.
asking about the tattoos because
There's always a
yeah,
first time, huh?
There's always a
always,
first time. Always,
always,
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
everything.
So
We had our first time talking about tattoos, and we'll
yes,
have, and we're having many more as we see right here because Claudia and
yes.
a bunch of
I
our
like
other
tattoos. I have. Yeah, I
guests,
have a lot.
they
It,
have
it
their
gets
fair share.
addicting,
Got
right,
many.
Kevin? It gets addicting. Yeah,
It
it kind of gets addicting.
it can it can be, but you know I try to control it.
Yeah. If not, you're gonna have an arm sleeve and all that,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
so
Every
yeah,
year, Claudia, you got a tattoo, no? Before your
yeah,
question.
yeah. But I also have to stop. I have to stop, like,
Mm.
because it gets really, really addicting, right? So
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
stop. Yeah,
Got you.
yeah. So okay, Kev. So you're married and with a to a Filipina, and you have
Yeah.
a daughter, and you have
Hmm.
one on the way, right? And
Yeah.
you told us a story offline about the gender reveal of
Yeah.
your baby. So tell us more. Tell the audience.
Pretty dramatic, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like I was telling you guys off air. Um, so we're expecting a baby girl due in June, right? So, but what happened before that? It was that we went to see many different doctors to get different opinions, to check on the baby if everything is fine. And all these doctors, they were literally saying, "Oh, your wife's symptoms are very strong, and it's gotta be a boy for sure. Surely that's a boy." So our mindsets were set to have a boy. So even the mom of my wife, she bought some baby clothes, but for boys, right? So 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 what happened then when I got home one day from training was that my wife prepared a box, like a package, like a gift, for me to open. It's like, yeah, there's a surprise for you. Please open the box. But on top of the box, there was a little bunny that was gray with a little bit of blue, but also a tiny bit of pink, right? And after that, I opened the box and I only see pink, right? I got shocked, I opened the box, I put up the little dress and pink, and I got shocked, I was speechless because, I was totally expecting a boy. My wife expected a boy. The mom of my wife, she was here at the time as well. She expected a boy. So I was speechless and shocked, but it was a total surprise, and we are happy to.
That's cool.
Oh, she was
Yeah.
also shocked. So
Yeah.
she's gonna
Yeah,
have a little baby sister.
yes.
Mhm.
So
Yes, exciting
is your
times.
daughter also learning how to play soccer, football?
We sometimes we play in the garden, or in the street. Sometimes, if she wants to, but no force. She likes she has many things that she likes. So it's not just football. She in general she likes badminton or just running. Playing, like how kids are.
Yeah, it's
Just
it's
go into
okay.
the flow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. So Kev, you do you eat Filipino food?
Yeah, I do. I do. I do.
Do you cook Filipino food?
No, I don't cook at all.
High five. I
You
can cook
don't cook
scrambled
the.
eggs.
Yeah. Okay, frying something maybe or cook an egg. That's okay. But other
Wow.
than that, nah, I'm no use for that.
you know, just go on the field. Yeah, I'll just play on the
Yeah.
field.
That's all I do. I go to training and come back home. That's it.
Oh wow! All right, and your daughter is like, yeah, he doesn't know how to cook.
She's kulit.
She's kulit.
Makulit, ah. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, there you go.
Well, you can join us if you
What's your
want.
name? What's your name?
Julia. She gonna
Hi.
Julia.
Julia.
I have.
Yeah, Julia. All right.
Right.
Mm.
Hi, Julia. Oh, right. Earphones nga pala.
Yeah, she's on earphones.
My bad. You're right. About Filipino food, though, what would have to be your favorite from all of that you've had?
Sinigang.
Sinigang.
Mm.
Interesting. So it's the sinigang of your wife specifically, right?
Yes. Don't ask me all the ingredients now, but yeah, my.
All right.
Wow, that's a tough question. Huh? The ingredients. That's a lot of vegetables.
I know how to
Veg.
cook sinigang, so it's easy for me. I know how to do.
You
Yeah.
have your sinigang na baboy. Okay, it's got
Yeah.
let's say pork, and then all right,
Mm,
bunch of
mm,
vegetables.
mm.
We'll eat it. Don't worry. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
healthy. Yeah,
Okay.
You
Claudia.
can come. You're welcome anytime here. My wife is
All
here.
right. Yeah.
Awesome. Gotcha, man.
Speaking of
Yeah.
food, I love Thai food. I love Thai food. Simply really
Spicy.
good. I like spicy. I like spicy. Okay, back to football, Kev. You grew up in Germany and you're still playing for the Philippines. We had several uh, guests as well. Manny Ott, Kevin, even
Mm.
Quincy, and they would always say that uh, they always think of themselves as Filipino, right? Did you think of that when growing up?
Um, it's a tough question. To be honest, I was not thinking, oh, I'm German or I'm Filipino. I know I have Filipino blood. I was,
Mhm.
I saw myself also as a Filipino because obviously I'm different looking than a normal German boy or German guy. It's just given. Of course you have it in your head. Oh, you're Filipino. You're not just German. You're Filipino as well. So it was also when you're kids, when you're a little boy and you go to school, you got teased and stuff because you were different looking. It's normal. That's something you have to learn and you grow up with. But it just comes with it, and it's given to us, and that's it.
Right. But about your Filipino roots with football, when your family heard that, oh, you're gonna play for the Philippines, how was it? Did they, I don't know, turn the house upside down to celebrate or something like that?
My father actually did. He still follows now every single game when we play with the Azkals. Yes, he's very proud. Um, and actually, the last I remember that game in the Suzuki Cup against Timor Leste where I got
Man of the match.
I got the man
Yeah.
of the match, and I got the phone, right, the Oppo
Oh,
A95.
can I
Yeah,
add something real quick? You take home
Sure.
the phone, right? So that's your pasalubong to your wife.
No, it was
No.
I gave it to my father because
oh
that's a fun.
wow.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
because he watched that game. Obviously, like I said, he watches every single game if he can, especially when we play for the Azkals. So, and he texted me like, "Wow, can I have the phone also? It's nice." Yes, of course. So I went to DHL and I shipped it right away. And
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
it's a
so
trophy.
sweet.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
trophy
sweet.
phone. I like that story. Really
Yeah,
nice.
that's
yes,
a
yes,
that's a that's a sweet story. Yeah. So they
Yeah.
did they supported you, and did they get all your jerseys up and framed?
yes, yes. Yes, even my close friends, they're like very supportive. And, they're in Germany and they ask me for jerseys. And when I go to my friend's house, I believe two of my best friends in Germany, I go to their house. My jersey is framed in their house and hanging on the wall. So it's pretty amazing.
It is an
It's also
amazing.
Cool.
not a friend to have friends like that. Amazing.
Support. So your dad has an Ingreso jersey, and then he has the phone right next to it. Something, or your dad uses the
Exactly.
phone. Yeah.
I hope he's gonna use it.
What if he just frames it, man of the match phone? Yes, Tito Ingreso. We wonder how you're using the phone. I'm just curious because
That
we see
that
them handed out
that
every
that
game.
that's entirely up to him. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
his.
uh, yeah, that's true. I'm pretty curious because it's very symbolic. Also, it's turned into a trophy in
Yeah.
itself. But with you getting man of the
Yeah.
match, like you made your dad happy. But how much did that mean for you for the international level? Like,
Yeah.
wow, I made it. Did you say anything to yourself like that? And we know you've had so many moments already for the Azkals.
Mm.
I Yeah, I was very happy to get that award. But I was actually more happy with the win we had because it was, I think we won 7-0.
Yeah.
We went out that game as a team. We had objectives that we wanted to get to achieve, and we did all that. And then on top of that, winning that award, uh, just something that it's a feeling that you can describe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a cherry
Yeah.
on top, you know.
Yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
Yeah.
speaking of feelings, so on your first call up as an ASCL and you hear the Philippine national anthem, how was that?
Hmm.
Wow. I was so close to cry. I had goosebumps all over my body. I was just looking at the flag, and I had these pictures in my head of my family, my Filipino family, my father, and all that. It was crazy. When I think about it, really goosebumps all over my body, and so close to cry. Really, like
Crazy
Oh,
that.
feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. Really.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
about the man of the match, just real quick timeout. As Carson said, I want to be man of the match like that man. There, he made a typo right there, but Carson said he wants to be man
Like
of the
that,
match
mom.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can say 'cause I grew up, in the Philippines, and in school they teach us the national anthem, and then they force us to sing it really loud.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're doing it for the heck of it. No pun intended. But
Uh,
when we're watching a national team game, I mean, it hits you differently. Okay,
yeah,
they're not
yes,
forcing us to sing it hella loud; it just comes. So
yes.
Yes,
so
it's
we can
right.
all resonate. whether it be player or fan, right? Okay, teacher's
Yeah,
not making us sing it loud, or we're gonna stay in the sun, for the next
yeah,
hour,
yeah.
30 minutes or so. But
Yeah.
it was a disappointing campaign, but there's so many positives, Kevin. Like, what
Mm.
can you take away? Given, hey, you killed it in the midfield.
Yeah.
It's There's still a lot of good things we can take
Mm.
home from that. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe there was so much more in it for
Mm.
us as a team in the tournament. Starting with the Singapore game where we conceded those two ridiculous goals. It's so totally unnecessary from the first goal from the corner, and after that, putting like especially in the second half when we came out from the second half, the first 15 minutes of the second half, I thought, okay, we're gonna win this game for sure. Like we were all over Singapore, and
Yeah.
then they had that moment where they scored. Like that was my personal feeling. That's what I told the guys there also. I said we have that game under control. Nobody will take this game away from us. You know, like considering all the circumstances we had there. It was unbelievable. Like we had 30 players, I believe, called up. 23 showed up. Our head coach just coming the day before the Singapore game. All those things considered, we played a great game.
Mm.
We played good, I must say, because what else are you expecting? Like our head coach not even there. We train with a good coach, but that we has a different philosophy and a different style that we just have to adjust to. Some new players obviously always coming in, and everybody's adjusting. So we just had a short period of preparation, and considering all those things, it was an unfortunate loss against Singapore. Then in the second game against Timor Leste, we totally smashed it. We went out and we were like, okay, ready, let's get that win. We have to get that win.
Yeah.
And against Thailand, it was just, what can I say? It was, for me, the first half was, not, it's not understandable. Like I don't believe, like if we played the first half like we played in the second half with a little bit of, with more energy, with more power, and with more willpower, then we could have made more than damage against Thailand as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
tough game. Tough
Yeah.
game
Tough
against
game.
Thailand, of course. Yeah,
yeah,
but again, so many positive things to take away from. Let's take some good vibes. Come on, you put us through the Asian Cup, right? With that goal against
mm,
Tajikistan, you made up for conceding the penalty first half. So Ramsey set in the cross, and you headed it. What was going through your head while the ball was in the air? Because you
wow,
weren't at the mouth of the goal. You were close, I think, the further end of the box. So what
yeah,
was going through your head while the ball was
mm,
in the air?
yeah. I can see it, like it was yesterday. That really, like, I will never. That was the for me in my career so far the best moment I've had in my life, the best feeling I've had in my life. As a footballer, like I saw the ball coming, but I also saw the guy kind of like a little bit on the right side of mine. There's a defender, right? So I thought, okay, the ball is on head level. If I try to control it with my head, it might bounce somewhere else or bounces away from me and the defender intercepts it. So I was like, okay, just try to hit it across where the goalkeeper is coming from, because that's the hardest from the goalkeeper. That's what everybody says. So I just tried to put it back in that corner where the ball came from.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, but it worked perfectly, and and the ball goes in, and that feeling after that goal, there was nothing better yet.
We
The
went nuts.
celebration. Yeah. The
Yeah.
celebration comes in.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And then you cue in
because
everything.
just like you said, because I gave away that penalty.
Mm.
I think 65th minute or something like that. I made that stupid foul. Like how can I do that? I because knowing that we actually only need 1 point to qualify, and it was
Right.
no,
Yeah.
right? So I made that foul, and they go ahead with 1-0, and I was like, no, cannot be. I cannot be the one who destroys all the dreams of so many people.
Oh my
Cannot be.
god.
See, yeah, can
Oh
you imagine
no.
like that feeling? When I
Yeah.
talk about it, I have
Yeah. Yeah.
goosebumps, like crazy. It's and then scoring that goal and making up for it. Wow,
Yeah,
really.
it's good that Ian like
Um,
Ramsey kicked the ball right straight to for you to get a header. Are you there,
yeah,
Kev? Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a bit of lag. No worries.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's
I'm
why we
here.
got Ramsey. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Philippines, because he sends his crosses laser like when he got his first caps, similar time as you, Kevin. I mean, he has those laser like
Mm,
crosses,
yeah,
and it was another Ceres connection. You
yeah,
guys played together, man.
yeah, yeah. We played together in Ceres, and we actually just 2 weeks ago, my first game for Samut Prakan, I played against Amani and Ian,
Oh wow.
Nice,
who
nice.
are playing for
The football
Nongbua.
community
Yeah,
is so tiny, so small.
yeah.
It's
So we were basically 2 weeks before that playing in Singapore for the national team together, and 2 weeks after on club
Mhm.
level against each other. So that's how football goes.
yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. First your
Yeah,
teammates,
Yeah,
and then
that's
your
how it is. Yeah,
opponents, and then your teammates again. You know.
exactly,
yeah.
So
exactly.
so you can't get mad at each other though. You can't do bad tackles, especially coming.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, actually, if, you just have a small talks. Before the game, you talk. You say hi to each other and
Hmm.
all this stuff. But during the game, for example, okay, Ian and I, we spoke a little during the game. I believe it was a VAR decision, penalty, no penalty. So Ian and I had a quick discussion, but Amani and I didn't even get close to him because I know he's gonna eat me alive. So I stayed away from him. So 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 leave me alone. Amani, do your thing there and leave me alone. So
He's
Yeah, the guy,
huge.
the guy's
He's
a
so
bulldozer.
big.
ah, this is he's a bodybuilder. This guy, crazy, really, so
Okay.
You know,
strong.
that's the best way to describe him. He's a bodybuilder. He's huge. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, he's
he's
big.
Yeah.
huge.
Hmm.
Yeah. Scary, you're
About
right. Like, you don't want to mess with him.
about that time, so you say, okay, you're just gonna chat real quick before the game. That's pretty much it. Just a small talk. 'Cause I understand you guys are professionals. But when you're preparing for the game, do you say, "Oh, I'm playing against this team. I'm just reading the scouting report. Okay, let's go." Or do you say, "Okay, I'm playing this team," and you keep telling yourself, "It's Amani's team. It's Sato's team. It's Dato's team." Does that ever go through your head, or it's just like one game? A game is a game. There's not that special feeling of, "Oh, I'm playing
No,
against a friend."
yeah, no, it's you. I have that always in my mind. When I
Mhm.
see, oh, I play against Buri Dato's there. It's just automatic. It's like, oh, Sato now is in Ratchaburi. Okay, we play against Ratchaburi. Oh, I play against Sato. Sato's there. That's how you call it. You're not. It's just normal, given. So because we are also close to each other, all of us. So it's always good to see a friend and then playing against them. Seeing them. Have small talk with them, see how
Mhm.
they are and everything. It's always nice.
Yeah, they're pretty much like your family in Thailand,
Mm.
to add of course to you having your wife and your daughter
Yeah,
right there. It's your
yeah,
friends all over the place. But
yeah.
man, that's a great conversation we're having here. But Kevin, I know the Azkals are set to have I think a bunch of games this year. There may be Suzuki Cup again because of the cycle.
Yeah,
And
there should be.
there's the
Oh,
qualifiers, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because the last Suzuki Cup we played was delayed, or a year
That's
Yes, it
right.
delayed.
was.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it was delayed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, how do
a
you see
lot of
things
football.
going? Yeah, with this potential year with the Azkals. But we know it's been tough with COVID and everything like that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say because I think we were
Mm.
supposed to have a camp now. There are FIFA dates, I think January 24th till February 2. I think a
Mm.
week FIFA dates, but there are no games or no camp because of COVID. The numbers are rising again everywhere in the world, here in Thailand as well. So it's very hard to plan those things with traveling and stuff like that. So it's tough.
Tough
Yeah,
times now. Tough
tough
time, but
times.
Yeah, sometimes
but
for everyone.
for everyone. But the good thing you get to play. Football. You still get to represent the Philippines.
Yeah. I consider myself lucky because our league still goes on. Okay, a game got postponed because of COVID, but not the league stopped, so the league
Hmm.
continued, and that game will be just followed up. So that's okay, and the league continues. That's the most important.
It is. We have to
Yeah.
continue fight this COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With you
exactly.
guys playing, overseas, even us, I'll say that question I asked you. There's a game and we go, oh, okay, it's Buriram about last year, 2 years ago. I'm gonna watch it
Mm.
because it's Ingreso's team. And then we go, oh, okay, it's Supanburi. I'm gonna watch Dato and Sato. So it was like that for us too. And I can say, with you guys still playing, it gives us things to look forward to in the pandemic, I can say. So,
Yeah.
props
So
to all of you guys, of course, man. But we'll ask a few questions to wrap up, then we'll just do the quick fire round, Kevin. Um, I want to ask you, where do you see yourself 10 years from now in your personal career, perhaps?
mm, 10 years from now, I'm gonna be 38. I hope I can still, if my body, allows me to. I hope I can still play football, as long as I can. Um, if not, somewhere settled with my family. I hope, peaceful, settled somewhere, stable, uh, healthy. Mm, that's where I or we see ourselves
Yeah.
You,
within 10
yeah.
years.
Maybe you'll be, I don't know if you want to be like that football player in Japan who's still playing forever. I don't know how old he
He's
is,
like
40 or
40.
50. Yeah, I know, right? It's
No, he's more.
crazy.
He's 54.
Oh,
He's
there you go. Oh, there you go.
54.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
for all you know, you end up doing that. Who knows
Oh my
if it's cool
god.
for
he
you,
just
right?
he just signed a he just signed another year contract with 54.
54.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there. That's the one. Thanks for checking the age for me. I wasn't so sure.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. I
now I'm
was I was
shocked.
actually just I was talking about it a couple of days ago with some of my teammates because we have a Japanese player and my team right now. So we saw it he saw it on the news and we were like, nah, 54. That's too much,
Incredible.
right?
That's incredible. Wow. That's a record to beat. Playing
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
professional league,
That's
right?
that's
Hmm.
true.
Right. Okay, my
Still
question
chugging.
next. Yeah.
Yes.
So, of course, obviously, you're still playing. You're still in the top of your career. You're still very fit. But once you retire, how would you like, um, the players to see you or remember you by?
Oof, I I don't know. I didn't give any thoughts to that. I just like that. People have just a good remembrance of me, not not just because okay I play good football or something like that. Just also as a good person. As a guy who always gave everything. In whatever he did and football. Well, if it's just football, if they look on the sports stuff, if it's just football, I'm happy with that. I don't. That's all I hope for.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I don't
Mm.
remember me just by football, but also remember me as a good guy or a good person that
Yeah,
contributed to the world of football. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I think that's the most important. Sometimes sports aside, but you also have to have a good personality and
that's right. Especially
all
now.
those things that comes with it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially
Yeah,
now when the world has changed because of COVID. Everything just like you know turned upside down. It's always nice to be kind and compassion
Hmm.
towards other people.
exactly,
Right.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Not limiting yourself to the four corners of the pitch. I like that
that's right.
approach. You
Mm,
pretty
uh,
holistic
I like
and
that.
well rounded.
Yeah.
But we want to
Yeah.
give you the floor, Kevin. I know your daughter was just swinging by the stream, but you can say hello to your family, friends, supporters, you name them. So the floor is yours, or if you want to say anything.
Mm. But I mean, first of all, thanks for having me. I mean, it's I hope many people who are watching, many people can take something out of our conversation here. I hope you guys had fun as well. Uh, I had lots of fun. I don't know if my friends or family were watching. My wife is just upstairs, maybe just watching Netflix or whatever. So let's see. I will ask her after. Maybe she she joined in. I don't know. But yeah, the two of you guys are thanks for having me. You know, it was lots of fun for me talking to you guys, and thanks for having me again.
All right. So
Yeah, of
that
course.
wraps up the formal conversation, Kevin. Thank you so much. Just a quick fire
Thank you, guys.
round.
Yeah,
You
we
don't have
have.
to explain. You just blurt it out.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, in one sentence, can you describe um, the transfer of Bienve and Carly to JDT, good teammates of yours? Or like, what popped into your head when they announced that they're going to another team?
Amazing transfer and totally deserved transfer for both of them. Very happy for them.
Yeah, that's the other version. So if you have Kevin and Manny Ott, you have Carly and Bienve. So that's
Exactly,
another duo. I
exactly.
just realized now that you're saying it all right. Um, okay, so any of your teammates, they get to eat in your favorite restaurant. Could you name three teammates they get to join you?
Wow, my teammates are so picky.
I can make it
Ooh.
easier if you want. I can make it easier. I can change it for you.
Okay, okay.
Um, five dinner guests, whether living or whether deceased. Any guest you want to have. It can be Thierry Henry or whoever, Maradona, just to join you for dinner.
Just to join me for dinner. Uh, anyone, yeah. Let's like I said, anyone.
Yeah, anyone. Yeah.
Anyone. Okay. So anyone can join you.
I
Okay.
think you made it harder for him.
I gave
No,
more
no.
spots.
I just you know, it would be like just like a wish, right? So I have to
Yeah,
think
yeah,
hard
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's just a wish.
It's a one-time chance. No, I'd say like I would like to have dinner with Zinedine Zidane.
Nice.
Nice choice.
Yeah,
Nice
okay.
choice.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, a legendary guy. Yep.
Yes.
And
Just one?
then
You could choose four more, no? Or
No, I'm good with one.
you
okay,
go with
good. Yeah,
one.
Zinedine
Okay.
Zidane is already like on top of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's goat. One of the goat.
So
yeah,
It's
a,
good
that's
attitude.
true.
a
Right.
date with Zidane it is. Okay. So
This is wait. This is after the headbutt or before the headbutt?
I'd go after.
Same after, because then there's more to talk about it with him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The headbutt doesn't take anything away. It adds some
Yeah.
spice, if you know what I'm saying.
Good.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Wait,
You're
Claro, there's one comment that we would like to show. You want to show it?
ooh.
Ooh, this is
Game,
cute.
game,
All
game.
right.
Go ahead, Claudia. You're
Here,
control.
Kev.
Tomorrow's my
Hello, Mr.
birthday,
Kim.
said
Tomorrow.
Kim Lawrence Palarca. He's wondering if you could greet him a
Yes.
happy birthday if that's cool with you, Kevin.
Yeah, that's cool with me. But since it's tomorrow, I hope you have a beautiful day tomorrow. Advanced happy birthday, Kim Palaka, and I hope you have a great day. Stay healthy and stay safe.
There you go.
That is the first greeting we had from a guest to a listener.
Like I
So
said,
we had
there's always a first time.
thank
first,
you.
first it was
Yeah.
the cat. Now it was that.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Also the first time we had a guest's daughter or
Yes, actually, that's
kid.
right. Yeah.
So first for everything.
Yeah.
My last question
I hope
before
that's all right. I
Claudia.
mean, she just wanted to.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, it's all good. No worries. There's a cameo, right? So you can say, "Oh, I've been on a podcast with my daughter." Then you can show her right there in the background. There's
Yeah.
one more thing from me. Your favorite dish in Thailand, if you could remember, or we could help you remember the name. Yeah, we helped out Manny with his favorite dish in Malaysia.
In Malaysia, let me think.
Yeah. No, how about you in
in
Thailand?
Thailand? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, well, it's difficult. My wife and I we like it's called somtam. It's a papaya salad
Mm-hmm.
with like it has nuts in it. You know, the taste is very good. You know, very very good. Somtam. But you have to be careful that that they don't put too much chili. Yes, otherwise it's too spicy. Like sometimes, but we like we really love the taste. But when you like sometimes you order it on Grab Food or something, it comes so spicy and you can just take 2 bites of it. It's just sad.
Oh,
So
wow. But I
So
love
was
like yeah, we love spicy. Clara and I we go to this restaurant that's also Thai and we love it. I think we know what we're talking about. Does it have catfish? It's like a catfish salad, or is that different?
yeah, I think it's different.
Mhm.
But
All right.
check it out. Maybe you can find it there in
So
your
yeah,
restaurant.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
take note of that personally. So
yeah.
two Pinoy footballers warned us about the spiciness level. So it's Dato and
Mm.
it's Kevin
Yes.
Ingreso.
So we
Okay,
gotta be
Claudia.
careful of that. Okay,
Yeah.
I have just one question. Okay, since you love to pass, you're a good assist. Uh, you do your crisp passes. So you're running towards the goal, and you got two teammates, right? You got Maniot and BNB Maranyon in front of you, right? And
Mhm.
then it's a crucial goal. Who are you gonna pass to?
Mhm.
Ooh.
If it comes to it's not so difficult because if it comes to goal scoring, I give it to Bienve because he's a born goal scorer, right? So Money is more like Money is the one also who gives the pass,
Oh, okay.
more or less.
That's true.
Maybe this season has changed. I think he's been scoring more goals, right? But
Yeah.
if I want to go to the safer option, I pass it to Bienve, and he's gonna score. He's gonna do it.
All right.
He's gonna score it.
There you go. So that
Sure,
it's a very
surely.
confident answer. I love it.
I
I
like
love it. So
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a
yeah.
true midfield engine or playmaker. Yes.
And we had Benve already on
And
the
Manny. And
and
Manny.
Manny
Yeah.
on the pod already. So well done. There you go. Oh wait, one more.
I hope they were only saying good things
Oh, do
about
you
me.
have? Oh, for sure. Okay,
That's good.
one
Manny
one
was
more, one more.
Manny was focused on his rabbit, so don't worry. He didn't say anything bad about you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, one more, one more. Okay, if you were to eat, it was the last thing that you're gonna eat in your whole entire life. Will it be balot?
Whoa.
That's a no. That's a no.
Oh.
Balot? Okay, I'm gonna or oh gosh, I'm not sure if you know isaw. Are you familiar with isaw?
Oh, no.
Chicken
Isawa.
Chicken
intestine.
feet. There you go.
No.
Chicken feet.
Oh.
So you have to do
ask,
balot or chicken
Oh.
feet.
ask your wife for help. Yeah.
Yeah, balot or
Oh.
chicken feet.
Balot.
Okay, good.
Because
Balot.
because I tried that. I tried that before. When I
Okay.
came 2015, I think it was Sato 2015. He said, "Yeah, you have to try it. Everyone has yeah." He was like, I think he was tricking me, but it's like everyone has tried it. You have to try it. It's do it, and it's not a problem. So I ate it or I tried it. So I would do it again if I have to.
You have the
Yeah,
Wow.
experience already. I better ask
yeah.
Sato about that one day if we get
Mm.
the chance.
Yes.
Claudia.
I'm done. That's
I'm
good.
done. So,
Yeah.
wow. I think that does it again. So, that was our episode. And Kim Lawrence Palarca said, thank you very much. You just made
You're
his
welcome.
birthday. Yeah.
You're
So,
welcome.
yeah, again, Kevin, thank you again so much for coming on the show. So, it's Claro Manzano here in behalf of Claudia Pirine. And that's our episode with the
Thank
man
you so much,
himself,
Kevin.
Kevin
And hope to see you on
Ingreso.
the
Thank you,
field.
guys.
Yeah. Thank you
Yes.
Thank you
very
so much,
much.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All the best to you and your family in Thailand. So, guys, we'll catch you next week. Thank you. Bye.